Hey friends, welcome back. One of the most important documents when it comes to your student visa application is your letter of explanation, also known as LOE. It highlights your background and answers some of the key questions like why do you want to study in Canada, what are your career goals, and so on. Drafting an effective LOE can be the difference between getting your study visa approved and getting it rejected. With that said, let's take a look at my LOE that got my study visa approved in just 9 days. So this is the letter of explanation that I submitted for my study permit application. It is 3 pages in length, and let's go through it together to understand how exactly I've structured it. In the first paragraph, I've given an overview of my MS program, the starting and ending dates along with the entire program duration, and I've also mentioned that an 8-month co-op internship is compulsory as a part of the MSCAC program, and during this time I'm expected to work 40 hours per week, which is full-time. In the next section, which is academic background, I've explained my reason of pursuing electronics and communication engineering at the National Institute of Technology, Tiruchirappalli, or NIT Trichy. I've also talked about my CGPA as well as my GRE and TOEFL scores. Do take a note that I haven't elaborated much in this section, and I haven't mentioned all of the courses that I took as a part of my bachelor's degree. The next section is the professional life. Here I've mentioned about my job as a software engineer working at BuyerAssist, which is a startup based in Pune, India. I've touched on the technologies that I work on as a part of my day job and how they're going to help me during the applied research internship, which is a part of the MSCAC program. By the way, if you're finding value out of this video, kindly press the like button and subscribe to the channel. It helps my videos reach more people and motivates me to keep making videos like this. In the next section, I've explained about my inclination towards artificial intelligence, which is nothing but how I got into the field. So here, this is a pretty elaborate section. As you can see, I've started all the way from the very first project that I did after coming to college, which was named as CBART Pro, and how I implemented an AI-based system into it to recognize traffic signs. So through this project, I got interested in AI and I started exploring more. So I did an internship at IIT Madras, which again was in the field of AI. And after that, at a startup, a Singapore-based startup actually, by the name Origin Health, and as you can see by the name .ai, this again was an AI-based internship. After that, I've talked about the DART scholarship that I received to pursue a fully paid research internship at the Technical University of Munich in Germany. And due to the unfortunate outbreak of COVID-19, my internship was carried out remotely. I've also given a brief overview of the work that I did during this remote internship and also the project that I did for my bachelor's thesis. So these experiences, or you can say these projects and internships, show the visa officer that I have a substantial background in the field of AI and I'm making the right decision by choosing to pursue an MSc in the same field. The next section discusses why I've chosen to pursue my MS in Canada and not any other country. So some of the reasons are that it's the third leading destination for international students after, of course, US and the UK. Next, Canada is known for its academic excellence in the field of AI, and it boasts top AI researchers like Yoshua Bengio and Geoffrey Hinton. And of course, it is said to be providing the highest quality of life. The next section discusses why University of Toronto only. So these are some of the facts that I found off the internet about University of Toronto, like it is the highest ranked university in Canada and is one of the most sought out universities globally. Also, its computer science department is ranked 9th across the globe, and it has got world-class faculty and a diverse community. Also, the networking opportunity at U of T is amazing. So these are some of the things that are provided by U of T, which simply cannot be matched by any university in my country. And that is why I've decided to pursue my MS from the University of Toronto. In the next section, I've answered why MSc in Applied Computing, or MSCAC. In this section, the main point that I've put forth is the 8 months of applied research internship, which is simply unheard of. It's not something you'll find easily in other MS programs. Usually, the MS programs in Canada have a 4-month co-op internship, and even that is optional in some of the programs. So getting an 8-month full-time internship opportunity as a part of the study program itself is pretty sweet. So that is the main reason I've put forth for choosing the MSc in Applied Computing program. At the end, I've also mentioned some of the courses that I'm planning to take during my graduate study. The next section is financial support. So this is just a summary of how I'm planning to finance my education as well as my living expenses during my stay in Canada. After that, the next section is future plans. Here I've mentioned that after completing my master's degree, I intend to return back to my home country, which is India. And I've provided sufficient reasons to support my statement. The first being that the Indian job market has recently seen a massive boom in the field of AI, and the skills that I'll gain from my graduate study will help me effortlessly secure these jobs. I've also mentioned that in the short term, I plan to work as an AI researcher at a well-established firm in Bangalore, which is considered as the Silicon Valley of India, and in the long run, I wish to start my venture to solve real-world problems in India using AI. I've also given some personal reasons for my decision to return back to India, saying that my parents will be aging and so they need my support, and since they have provided me a lot of support throughout my career. At last, I've just summarized my reasons for returning back to India once my graduate study is complete. And finally, the conclusion. So this is pretty generic. Here I've just mentioned that I'll follow all of the rules and regulations of the Canadian immigration during my study in Canada, and all of the information that I've provided in my letter of explanation are genuine. And if they require me to submit any supporting documents, then I'm more than happy to do so. So that is pretty much it about the letter of explanation that I've written. So this piece of document is not compulsory as written on the IRCC website. Also, don't try to copy down exactly what I've written here, because this is specific to my story, and if you do so, then there's a very high chance that your application may be deemed plagiarized and you might have to face serious consequences. So use this video as a reference, but don't try to copy down exactly what I've written. Remember one thing, whatever you write in your letter of explanation, you must answer 3 questions. First, how is your intended program of study related to your background? For example, if you have a background in mechanical engineering and you're applying for an MS program which is related to biology, then you must explain the sudden shift of fields. Like, how is this MS program in biology going to help you in your career in mechanical engineering? The second question is, why do you have to study this specific program in Canada? Can't you study the same program in your home country? So this is where you can talk about the cultural diversity, the academic excellence, and the faculty and peers that you can experience at the university in Canada, which is something you might not be able to get in your home country. And the third question is whether or not you'll return back to your home country, and if so, then why? And the reason visa officers want us to answer this question is because they know that the immigration process in Canada is pretty straightforward. So a lot of students who actually go there to study end up settling there after getting permanent residence. Because the student visa is a non-immigrant visa, they don't want us to use it as a pathway to immigration. So that is the whole reason why you need to explain in this section here, in the future plans section, why you intend to return back to your home country. That's all for today. I hope you now have a better idea on how to write an effective letter of explanation. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you later.